Good times, great oldies, 1150 CKOC here with Tad Yates. I have a very special guest with me this morning, Mitch Markowitz. Now, many viewers would remember him from the hilarious House of Frightenstein. It had a huge following. Used to be on, remember, CHCH Channel 11 back in the 70s, and it went on. And welcome to the show, Mitch. Great to have you here.
Thanks, Ted. Glad to be here.
You have something special that you're involved with, and this is very exciting. The Last Will and Testament of Rosalind Leigh, which opens at so many theaters this Thursday, May 9th. Tell us a bit about this.
Well, it's a very scary film. It's called The Last Will and Testament of Rosalind Leigh, and it's part of the new Cineplex Sinister Cinema series. They've selected the top 4 or 5 horror/supernatural films from Canada this year, and they're running them at this Sinister Cinema series in theaters across the country. We're releasing our film on May 9th at selected cinemas across the country. There's one in Kitchener-Waterloo, one in Hamilton, one in Mississauga-Oakville, and a bunch of them across Toronto.
Yeah.
And the film stars Vanessa Redgrave. And it's very scary. It was written by Rodrigo Godino. He's the writer-director, and he did an amazing job. Took a piece out of Alfred Hitchcock and Edgar Allan Poe. This is a thinking person's film. There's no slash and gore here, no blood and guts. It's a very heavy-duty, sinister, edge-of-the-seat film.
Wow, this sounds really interesting. And you play an interesting part in this film.
I do. I'm the communications coach in sort of 20 words or less. Leon Lee, who is played by Aaron Poole, quite a famous Canadian actor. He inherits a house from his recently deceased mother, and he's been estranged from her for years. A very, very scary house full of angels and artifacts, religious artifacts and statues. He inherits the house, goes over to the house and sort of feels his way around in there. He thinks he'll stay over for a couple nights, tries the bedroom and says, ooh, too scary for me, heads downstairs to the living room, sits on the sofa. He's about to relax. He sees a box of cassettes on the coffee table in front of him. The cassette box says, How to Communicate with the Dead. He takes the cassette out, puts it in the machine, and then I come out, and I am the voice on the tape. I am a communications coach, and I counsel Leon on how to communicate with his dead mother. Very scary movie, and it will keep everyone on the edge of their seats for 82 minutes.
All right. Sounds great, and it's going to be opening May 9th, this Thursday, about at least 25 theaters across the country, including here in Hamilton at the Silver City Cinemas, and several in Toronto, I see, including one at the Cineplex Odeon Yonge and Dundas Square Cinemas, and you're going to do a Q&A after the
Yes, I'll
film.
be attending there with some of the other cast members and the writer-director, and we'll be watching the film with the audience, and then immediately following that there'll be a Q&A period. The most exciting thing about this release for me is, since it's across country, my son, Julian, will be able to watch the film at the same time I am. He's in Vancouver. I'll be in Toronto. Very small country. Small
This is
world.
great. This is great. It sounds really interesting. Mitch, The Last Will and Testament of Rosalind Leigh on Thursday, May 9th, opens everywhere. Well, almost everywhere.
That's true.
And
That's true.
it will eventually open everywhere once...
The DVD is scheduled to be released in the United States in July, and there will be an American theatrical release as well, and then an international release. So it's already won. It's been at 30 film festivals around the world. Won Best Film, Best Soundtrack, Audience Choice Awards. Did really well at the Cannes Film Festival. It's a great movie.
All right. Sounds great. I'm looking forward to that. Mitch, thanks for dropping by.
Thank you, Ted. Good to see you again.
Always great talking to you. And
love your show. Love this station.
Thank you. And what song can I play for you this morning?
You know what? Since I'm going to be appearing at the Cineplex at Yonge and Dundas, which is downtown Toronto, why don't we do Petula Clark's Downtown?
That's great. Let's do it.
Great. Keep on rocking, Ted.
Thanks, Mitch.